The day is finally here. Donald Trump meets with Cyril Ramaphosa. Will it be good for South Africa? Third time lucky. A new budget is tabled as the inflation rate surges.
This is not an austerity budget.
Almost everyone on the planet will know this.
I'm Peppa Pig.
We're going to introduce you to something new in their family. Hello, I'm Jane Dutton.
EWN, in touch, in tune, and independent.
Yes. We are cutting the throat of oneness. We cannot shoot, kill, Namasa, kill the blue one, the farmer, kill the blue one, the farmer.
A video of Julius Malema singing Kill the Boer, images of burial sites of white farmers, and chastising Cyril Ramaphosa about farmers, quote, having their land being confiscated. Just some of the rather tense moments when the South African president met with Donald Trump in the White House. Ramaphosa was seeking to reset ties after white genocide claims, a meeting believed to have been set up by Johan Rupert, who's been credited for facilitating talks between President Ramaphosa and Trump.
A lot of people are very concerned with regard to South Africa, and that's really the purpose of the meeting, and we'll see how that turns out. But we have many people that feel they're being persecuted, and they're coming to the United States. So we take from many locations if we feel there's persecution or genocide going on.
Ramaphosa was hoping for something else.
We are essentially here to reset the relationship between the United States and South Africa. We are long-standing partners in many ways.
And finally, South Africa's a budget for 2025. Watching the speech along with us, but from afar, was the president, hoping to take good news into today's meeting.
This is not an austerity budget. It's an expansionary budget. It increases non-interest expenditure by an average of 5.4% over 3 years. In real terms, this is a 0.8% growth. It is also a redistributed budget. It directs 61% of every rand of consolidated non-interest expenditure towards the social wage.
Finance Minister Enoch Godongwana has presented his budget for a third time in the National Assembly since the first two iterations in February and March. Value-added tax will remain unchanged at 15%. The fuel levy increase will be used to close the fiscal gap. Drinkers and smokers face a hefty sin tax increase. Billions are earmarked for strategic infrastructure over the next 3 years. Godongwana says the largest investment will go to transport and logistics at 402 billion rand, with 93 billion rand of that going to the South African National Roads Agency, SANRAL. This means the VAT rate, zero-rated items, and a proposed inflation-related increase in the fuel levy are the only main tax policy changes in the May budget, and there will be no changes to the social grant increases.
We're happy about us cutting down on wasteful expenditure. Wasteful expenditure which has characterized the order of business of government in the last 31 years. We can't have ghost employees earning salaries for not existing. I mean, they do not exist, and they are an excellent pathway for corruption for cadres mostly. And we're happy that this is something that is going to be clamped down on. We're happy that there's going to be a clamping down on programs that are not essential, that waste money, so that we can reprioritize those funds to deal with direct service delivery for social welfare, for education, for police, healthcare, and everything that is important in this country.
Did you see the budget here? I didn't see any budget here.
The minister should be ashamed of himself. He said nothing about what he is planning to reduce unemployment, which is sitting at 43% right now. We need to deal with the unemployment crisis. We must reduce unemployment and create more jobs so that people who are working, that will generate more revenue.
The cold front has well and truly hit South Africa, with temperatures dropping dramatically. Snow has fallen in Lesotho and the Free State. Parts of KZN and the Eastern Cape are expected to see light snowfall from today. Emergency services in Joburg Metro are cautioning residents when using heating devices. The national forecaster has issued alerts for extremely cold temperatures here, likely to be accompanied by strong winds and scattered showers.
when using heating devices, things like heaters, braziers or imbawula, paraffin stoves, not to leave them unattended while in use so that we can be able to prevent fire incidents which might occur at home during these extremely cold temperatures.
2 suspects connected to the kidnapping of 2 premature baby boys in Gqeberha have been arrested. The infants were returned today after they were reported missing from Dora in Ginza Hospital last night. Provincial police say they had noted 2 suspicious women who were standing outside the hospital when they realized that they were carrying the stolen infants.
It is alleged that one of the SAPS officers was exiting the premises of the hospital when he noticed the 2 females with infants. He immediately approached and then questioned them. The suspicion of the member was positive after the infants were identified as the 2 stolen babies. The 2 suspects, aged 25 and 26, will appear in the New Brighton Magistrate Court during the week.
The mother of a 14-year-old girl assaulted by a group of peers says they experienced challenges in reporting the incident to police. 7 teenagers caught on video attacking the girl returned to the Johannesburg Magistrates Court this morning for their second appearance. The footage, which went viral last week, shows the girl being beaten by the teens aged between 14 and 17. The accused were suspended and arrested shortly after the incident in Gauteng. The victim's mother says laying a charge at the police station was challenging.
We ended up speaking, all parents. I said every parent should give me 3,000 rand. They said they could only do 1,000 rand on the 28th of May. I then went to the police station.
So other than the fuel levy increase, government debt to GDP is likely to increase to 77.4% in 25-26. This comes as the inflation rate surges. Consumer inflation for April has increased to 2.8%. That's up from 2.7% seen in March. CPI measures the change in prices for a range of consumer products in a basket of goods. The month of April saw a sharp increase for hot beverages with a rise to 15.2%. The price index for oils and fats also increased by 1.4%. And inflation for food and non-alcoholic beverages rose to 4%, the highest annual rate since September last year. Lobby group AfriForum has filed an application to challenge the constitutionality of the Expropriation Act in the High Court. The group has been at the forefront of challenging the controversial piece of legislation. The act was signed into law by President Cyril Ramaphosa in December and allows the state to expropriate land in the public interest for various reasons. AfriForum has highlighted what it calls major flaws in the Act, saying it allows for a property owner to be deprived of their property while the matter of its expropriation is being challenged in court. The Knysna municipality has confirmed water has been restored to 9 wards across the town and 2 pumps are currently running in Charlesford.
We appeal to residents who currently have water to please conserve water. Every drop saved contributes to a broader recovery effort. Both Knysna and Renendal system still remain under pressure.
Canal Plus has scored in its expansion in Africa. South Africa's Competition Commission has approved the takeover of TV broadcaster MultiChoice. In the UK, the world's first gonorrhea vaccine is set to be rolled out in England. Experts say the move is a landmark moment for sexual health and will aim at tackling rising levels of the sexually transmitted infection. NHS England says while the vaccine will likely reverse soaring numbers in infections, it'll first be made available to gay or bisexual men with a history of multiple sexual partners.
I'm Peppa Pig.
Now, does that take you back? Well, big news in the Peppa Pig's family that we have to tell you. Their latest addition, a baby girl called Evie, was born yesterday. Baby Evie is set to make her TV debut soon, along with Mummy Pig, Daddy Pig, Peppa, and their brother George. And we'll be sure to show you that picture as soon as it lands. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to download the EWN app.
EWN, in touch, in tune, and independent.